They born like that. That's it. That's how hard that is. You know, I don't know why.
What up, what up, what up? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, all you wonderful people out there in Zoom land. Can everybody see me okay? You can put a hand up, thumbs up. You can pop something in the chat. Can everybody hear me okay? Outstanding, outstanding. Well, I am flat out excited to have you guys here. Thank you for accepting my invitation to living life on purpose, achieve anything in life. And what I'm excited about is that you've taken some time to invest in yourself. You've taken some time to learn some new information, some information that could be powerful, could be transformative in your personal life and in your business, and an opportunity to only grow. What I tell people is, opportunity is always there. It's always about whether you're willing to invest in you or not, right? And oftentimes we don't invest in us. We'll invest in others. We'll believe in others, but oftentimes as a people and as the human race, we don't believe in ourselves. If you think about some of the times that you've had in life where you believed for something more, especially for my parents out there, you believe for something more with your children than your children even wanted for them, right? And I learned that you can't believe more for them than they believe in themselves, right? They're only going to accomplish what they believe. And many of you on here don't believe in yourselves in some regard or some right. There's some businesses out there and opportunities that you wanted to go to the next level. You've been afraid to do. There's been some opportunities to become an entrepreneur. You've been afraid to do. There's been some opportunities where you can move up in your company to a VP status, things of that nature. You've been afraid to ask or do more. And so today I'm going to teach you some simple fundamentals on living life on purpose. And because I don't like to belabor a lot of people's time, we're going to jump right into it. I do want to thank all you guys for coming in. I mean, we've got all over the world here. I don't know if you guys saw it in the chat. I mean, we've got Zimbabwe in the house. We got Toronto, Canada in the house, Redondo Beach. I mean, we've got people coming from all over to hear this simple but applicable information for you to achieve anything, personal or professional. because I know people always say that there's a fine line between, business and professional. I keep my business life, and my personal life. But everybody knows that if one or the other is affecting you, it affects the other. So I tell people, I said, they're not separate. You can have synergy in both, but you have to understand that bringing that balance starts with you and nobody else. It starts with you. So we're going to go ahead and hop into this incredible information for you guys today. Let me get my screen sharing on here. Hold on one second. And thank you again. I mean, you guys are absolutely phenomenal. Sent you a message. Most of you have been sent a message via LinkedIn, and you heeded the call. So I am excited to be here. So hold on one second. Let's get this screen sharing going. Don't you just love technology, right? It's not doing exactly what I want it to do. All right, can everybody see my screen now? Now I can't see my screen. Don't you just love technology? Technology is amazing. While I get through this technology phase, everybody put it in the chat your business and your background, because this is also partly a networking meeting as well, right? And so the only way to network is to actually spend a little time with each other. So putting in the chat what your business is, what do you do, what's your background, so that others can know who you are and connect. You're putting your email address, contact information, all your social media pages, because it's about building a strong foundation, building a strong team with one another. Excellent. You guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Excellent, excellent. And then what you're seeing on the screen is there it is again. My apologies. Bam. All right. Everybody see the screen? Let's go ahead and get this started. I don't like to belabor time, and apologies for the technical difficulties. So welcome to the MasterClass. Of course, my name is Coach Dre Blas, Chef Andre Blasingame, and I'm excited to meet you here on this Zoom MasterClass. So in the next 45 minutes, we're going to discover how to achieve anything and live on purpose, okay? Driven with a purpose-driven life without compromising your time, health, and your money. And stay tuned at the end, because there's going to be an incredible offer and some bonuses and some free things that's going to come to you for being part of this class. So by a show of hands, how many of you here are a leader and looking to achieve more out of life? You can put it in the chat if you put your video on pause. Excellent, excellent. I see the hands going up. Excellent. So how many of you here are here because you want to inspire others by knowing your purpose and becoming a person of influence? Again, you can put your hands up on the screen. I see people putting their hands up. I see some of the yeses in the chat. Outstanding. Outstanding. That's what I love to see, because this masterclass is perfect for you. See, the principles I'm going to share with you today are something you can immediately implement to make a big difference in your career, business, and your personal life. But before anything else, again, I'm going to thank you often for you investing time in you, in your personal growth, and being here with me today. And I promise that I will do everything in my power to make this masterclass worth your time. And just to set some expectations for this masterclass, the principles I'm going to share with you today are not just something that I've implemented with my clients in the last few years, but also something I've implemented for myself. So I definitely practice what I preach. And since we'll be spending 45 minutes together, let me introduce myself real quick. Is that okay with everybody? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, and don't forget at the end, I'm going to give you a special offer and some free things to really help you maximize getting your purpose together and achieving anything in life. And you've got to be watching live in order to get it, so stick around. And I know we have distractions, and I know everybody's probably at work doing different things. You got kids working from home, but just give me some of your time. You know, close your social media accounts, turn your phone off for about 30 minutes. You need the break anyway, right? And give me your attention because I'm going to give you some incredible information that's going on now. Okay, excellent. So a little bit about me. You're probably wondering what qualifies me to do what I do. So I'm a chef by trade. I'm also a coach and a consultant in the food space. And for anybody else that's really trying to achieve maximum production in life. Okay. So I have 25 years of experience in the hospitality industry. So I've had an opportunity to, travel all over the world, meet all different kind of people, races, backgrounds, cook all kind of essential foods. That's why you have people from Zimbabwe and Canada and those different places that are on here because I've touched so many, not only with my teaching, coaching, and counseling, but also with the cooking and the knowledge that I do with a couple of my nonprofits about adjusting food systems. So I've had an opportunity to really grow and blossom. And as an entrepreneur, I've had my catering company, consulting firm for a little over 12 years. And if you know anything about business, most fail in the first 3 to 5. Well, I've been able to be in the Dallas, Texas area for many years, and we have thrived and made it through this wonderful pandemic and still being able to come out over top. I'm originally from Louisville, Kentucky. Now that's home of bourbon, mint juleps, and horse racing, right? But I live in the great state of Texas because the stars at night are big and bright deep in the heart of Texas. Chef owner, Heavenly Catering International LLC here in Dallas, Texas. Certified coach with extreme execution, Dr. Eric Thomas. I started my coaching part of my life with Eric Thomas. If you know anything about Eric Thomas, ET, the hip hop preacher, I'm a part of his stream execution team. And I had an incredible opportunity to spend some time with him this past weekend here in Dallas at the 8% conference. So if anybody is in the insurance business, you need to look up the 8% conference because it talks about the 92% fail, but you're the 8%, right? So and got an incredible time just to meet him, be backstage, be a part of the team, and really blow and go, man. It was an incredible event. It was 1,000+ people that attended at the Statler in downtown Dallas. So, I'm just pumped up and excited, for that opportunity because I got to mark something off my bucket list. I was a sous chef down in Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Incredible experiences. I got my teeth kicked in there because the tickets never stopped. Everybody goes to Disney every day, every day. So it was a nonstop. It was almost like you were never off work. You got home, you got enough to go home to go to sleep just to wake up to go the next day. Also, with my culinary career, I was an executive chef in corporate America with Dr. Pepper, American Airlines, Airmark, and one of the biggest things that I transferred over to a competition chef. I've had an opportunity to be Texas Super Chef 2 years in a row, and then took the year off for COVID. World Food Champ. If you know anything about the World Food Championships, it's about roughly about 1,500 participants from all over the world. Look it up at worldfoodchampionships.com, and you'll be able to find my name on there as one of those WFC champions. Also been a Walmart demo chef. I get to travel with the truck and do demos on healthy food choices and items for people that don't necessarily have the necessary income stream to eat better, if you will. I teach them how to eat better on their budget. Near and dear to my heart, I'm the COO of a nonprofit called Soar Hospitality and Travel, letssoarnj.org. We help kids learn more about the hospitality, food, and travel industry. It's a soon to be charter school. Right now, it's an online school in Roselle, New Jersey. So I've had an incredible opportunity to, build that and get that going. It's just near and dear to my heart. The founder, Rosie, we went to high school together, had a mentor by the name of Gerald White, who taught us that, you didn't just have to be from the hood. You didn't have to be from a poor developing neighborhood. It's all about your mindset. If your mindset is poor, you'll still be stuck in a poor situation. But if your mindset is elevated, then you won't have a problem seeing the success you want. President of Old School to New School, it is also a nonprofit for kids phasing out of foster care. They get an opportunity to get free education, free housing, and free job placement so they can be productive in society. Many of them are left on the street when they hit 18, and so they don't get the adequate help that's needed. So we provide that with Old School to New School. And then a board chair member of BCA Global, that's the Black Culinary Alliance Global. And what we do is we focus on race, food, and social justice using a model called the mindful eating for beloved community. When you think about Martin Luther King, he always talks about the beloved community and us working together. And so as chefs, what we've done is taken the mindful eating portion of it and turned it into something that's just not physical to put in your body, but it's also what you feed yourself mentally. And that's what this whole session is going to be about today, of what you consume for the betterment of the community. And I've been featured on TBS, Fox News, a couple of other places. You'll be able to, like I always tell people, just Google me. I take my word for it, just look me up. There's probably maybe no other Andre Blassen game. Maybe you'll find one with different spelling, but with the spelling that I have, very unique. All right, let's keep going on. Why are you guys signed up? The ingredients, creating your super dish. What is your super dish? A super dish is a reference to the DISC assessment that unlocks your potential. These ingredients help you to navigate through relationships, business, and life. And this is where achieving anything begins. So if you take notes, take your notes now. If you got a tablet, if you got a piece of paper, anything of that nature, make sure you take some copious notes because we are going to dive right into it. And if you're familiar with the DISC assessment, man, you already know that it's a powerful tool that you should do yearly just to see how your personality has changed, if you're still on track with your purpose, and if you're living life on purpose. All right, let's go. So, chef's recipe. Years to master, success in all areas, okay? So I'm a chef, so a lot of these references are going to be chef and ingredient driven, but it's going to be something that's applicable to any part of your life. We're going to discuss these 4 principles that I use daily and teach others to implement right now. I don't just tell it, I live it. Principle number 1, we're going to start with myths, okay? Number 1 myth is discipline is difficult to achieve. I'm setting my ways. How many times have you heard that from people, right? But I tell you, it's a myth because you can achieve discipline in every area of your life because it's a choice. You choose to be disciplined, okay? Myth number 2, consistency is not so much about what you do, it's exactly what you choose to do. It leads to having effectiveness. The myth is, it's not so much about what you do, it's exactly about what you do. What you choose to do, it leads to effectiveness. Number 3, myth, knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. And correct everybody's thinking. Applied knowledge is. That's where the true strength is. The knowledge is not in having it, it's in applying it. And myth number 4, skill can be taught. No, it can only be applied. So now you got the recipe, let's start class. Let's get into class. And if you would, mute your phones. I know somebody, I can hear somebody in there enjoying their lunch. Outstanding. So let's get into this cooking class, guys. The first one is discipline, okay? Discipline is described as the practice of training people to follow a code of behavior or learn to not fall away from it, a routine that rarely changes. Morgan Freeman said it like this: self-control is strength, calmness is mastery. You have to get to a point where your mood doesn't shift based on the insignificant actions of someone else. Don't allow others to control the direction of your life. Don't allow your emotions to overpower your intelligence. And so I'm going to give you an example of what discipline is. So, discipline in your daily routines, it's the little things in life that make the big things so predominant, okay? The simple daily routines. Many of us brush our teeth. Some brush our teeth 2 times a day, 3 times a day, depending on what you eat, things like that. I'm understanding that brushing your teeth keeps you going to the dentist maybe twice a year just for your checkups, just to catch a problem, right? And when you take time off from brushing your teeth, not once or twice a day, or flossing and getting the food out, you tend to have more problems with your teeth. You tend to have more issues with your gums. You go to the dentist a bit more, and guess what? That bill stacks up. See, being lacking in that area of one area of discipline could cause other health problems in your body. And of course, takes away your beautiful smile. See, you got to have that. It's important. You brush your teeth regularly. You have that discipline. You go to bed at a certain time every day. You wake up at a certain time. You'll be so disciplined to the point that you won't need your alarm clock to get up. You won't have to hit snooze. Your body will get up. But if you haven't gotten into that mode, it's because mentally you haven't got the discipline. You haven't taken the time or taken the steps to do the little things to be disciplined. People always want to lose weight in masses. One of the memes that I saw the other day is, I wish I could send my body to the gym, right? So it can work out for me while I work here at home with my mind. It doesn't work that way. It's the little things that you do consistently that really make a difference in where you want to be in life as a person, professionally, or personally. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's keep cooking. So the next one in part of the cooking class is consistency. They say consistency is better than rare moments of greatness. Most of the time, the people that are extremely consistent get the success they desire without doing anything great. I always like to look at Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan and LeBron James and those guys in the NBA because they've been so prominent these last few years as far as stories and Kobe passing away. They had such consistency that it moved them to greatness. It wasn't the greatness that made them great, it was the consistency. I was at a talk this past weekend and they talked about Michael Jordan missed 9,000 shots. And he's still considered one of the greatest, if not the greatest in basketball. I'm a Bill Russell guy, but hey, you know what? This is not one of those debates, right? Consistency is conformity in the application of something, typically that which is necessary for the sake of logic, accuracy, or fairness. Another definition would be the way in which a substance, typically a liquid, holds together thickness and viscosity, right? So what's your viscosity? What holds you together? They say doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is insanity. Key phrase, different result. But consistency over and over again, you should expect the same result. You should get the same thing out of it, right? So I want you to take 30 seconds. Get your pen, notepad, notebook out, and write down the areas of your life where you could be more consistent. And then write down just 3, what areas you are inconsistent in. Because you can be consistent in bad habits, right? But you can also be consistent in good habits. But you can also be consistent in great habits. Write 3 of those down. If anybody wants to share in the chat with everybody else, share some inconsistencies, right? Share some times in your life where you've been inconsistent and you want to be more consistent in. All right? What areas are you inconsistent in? And begin to work on those areas. Recognize your weakness because that is your greatest strength. A true leader knows its weaknesses. That's how they build great teams. Because if I'm weak at something, I'm not going to keep forcing myself to do it. I might get educated and learn more about it, but I'm going to consistently find the right people on the team to get my success. Write those areas of inconsistencies down where you can be more consistent. All right. While you're writing that down, we're going to pull up the next one. Knowledge. This is probably one of my favorite slides to talk about because it's always been that myth that knowledge is power. I know how to do calculus and trigonometry. In my field of business, I don't do it. I don't use it. I'm not even going to say often because I'm not on the scientific side of the culinary world. I don't use it. So is that really powerful? Is that power that's usable? Is it obtainable? Is it the kind of matter that's in your body? No, it's not. Until I teach somebody how to do calculus and trigonometry, it's just extra knowledge. And you have to know how to fill your mind with the knowledge that's needed for your success. You don't need to know everything. You don't have to be great at everything. You need to be great at the purpose that's in your lane. So, knowledge, as Albert Einstein puts it, the only source of knowledge is experience. Experience is something that you do, not something that you know. So, knowledge applied, facts, information, and skills acquired by a person through experience or education, awareness, or being familiar, gained by experience of a fact or a situation. Knowledge is only power when applied. How many of you on this phone have learned lots of things over the years that you never got to apply? Simple things for us in America, learning English and math, you're going to use that in everything. Not calculus and trigonometry, barely algebra. Most things that you're going to do, you're going to speak English and you're going to do math. And sometimes you might get into social studies and sciences, but remember, they taught us that for like 15, 16 years for my people that are degreed. You know, you spent 12 years in school, then you spent 2 years getting out your basics. You didn't get into your field of business until the last 2 years. And for my scholars out there, my lawyers and doctors, you had to go another 4 years to get your doctorate and write a thesis, et cetera, right? But you had the knowledge to do it. That's where your power came in. If you didn't do the research, if you didn't put it down on paper, if you didn't apply it, having that knowledge was not the power. What gave you the power was when you applied it to pass that thesis, to pass that trade school, to pass high school, to get your bachelor's, to start your business. For us men out there, to propose to your woman. You had the right knowledge. You applied that to what it was for her to get her to say, I do. See, it is personal and professional. They go hand in hand. So applied knowledge is the power that you want to do. So think about some of the things in your life that you've learned that you never got to apply. Write one or two down and think about, you know what? Maybe I even need to revisit that for what I'm currently doing, or I need to substitute that for something else. All right, we're going to move on. So, of course, like I told you before, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. So I had to give a shout out to my GOAT, Muhammad Ali. Okay. Now, Muhammad Ali puts will and skill like this. Champions aren't made in gyms. Champions are made from something they have deep inside them, a desire, a dream, a vision. They have to have the skill and the will. But the will must be stronger than the skill. And see, that's why many of us don't succeed the way we want to, because we have all the skill and knowledge, but why am I not making six figures in my industry? Why am I not making six figures in my business? See, we don't have the will to overcome. And see, we as a people have the will to overcome. Because who are my people? You are my people. And as humans, we have the ability to overcome because we exist on this earth because we fought off 1 million of our brothers and sisters to get here. I want y'all to think about that, okay? Parents got together, we came out, we beat 1 million people out to be here. So when you think you don't have purpose, just think about that. Out of 1 million, there was one picked, and it was you. You have a voice. Somebody needs to hear your story, needs to hear your testimony for their change. Someone needs to know that I struggled with that too. You overcame. And see, many of you are not doing that because of your past, hurts, spouses, children, jobs, your business. And your voice needs to be heard, even if it's just for 4 or 5 people in your own intimate circle. Your neighbor needs to hear it. Hear it. The neighbor across the street, across the hall, down the block. And see, many of us have the skill that we need to be successful, but we don't have the will to put in the work. See, skill is the ability to do something well, expertise, applied will. See, when you apply your will and add it to your skill, there's nothing you can't achieve. You know, for myself, I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky. I didn't necessarily have, a lot of money growing up. I had a few times where I lived in the projects. I went to one of the poorest performing high schools in the entire state. You can look it up, Shawnee High School. I love it. My alma mater to this day because it taught me so much. I traveled the world at that school. And most people didn't think I was going to make 18 because of the lifestyle, because of the neighborhood, because of the background. But see, I received a full scholarship to go to the University of Houston from Louisville, Kentucky. And it wasn't for sports, it was academic. So I'm here as a testimony to tell you that you can overcome. You do have the ability to apply your will with your skill to achieve anything in life. Don't let any setbacks hold you back. Don't let the naysayers or anybody that's in your ear saying, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. You're a woman, you're Black, you're a minority, you're overweight, you don't speak well, you don't have a man, that is all water under the bridge. That is all banter to take you away from your purpose. See, when you know your purpose and you're living in it, nothing stops you. I didn't live in my purpose for a long time. I was doing things that I was good at in the hospitality industry. I was front of the house guy. I was great at it. I was a problem solver, but I never really stepped into my purpose until the last 4 or 5 years. And I've been able to share this message with thousands across the world. Got a testimony from a young lady in Alabama the other day, and she said that the training, matter of fact, you know what? I'm actually going to pull it up because she texted to me because she's part of my training process. Young lady by the name of Tamara Wallace. She has a company called People Inspiring Change Through Kindness. That's the name of her company. She said, I've always considered discipline and consistency to be most challenging when it comes to my success. Chef Andre's content and coaching have helped me to ultimately understand these same areas and where I hold the most power. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, I'm using them as tools to build the life I've always wanted. And see, things like that, it's all the way in Alabama. I'm in Texas. And it's just because I told her my story and gave her some tools to implement right now, like this training. You have that opportunity. So, because I promise not to keep you too long, I like to do aha moments. At the end of any talk, I like you to put in the chat an aha moment, a wow moment from today's masterclass. This information I've shared, people have paid me thousands for this, and you're going to get it for free today. And we're going to dive deeper at some point. And I would love for you to be part of the team, the mastermind team, the coaching team, our monthly one-on-one session, things like that we're going to talk about shortly. But put an aha moment from what you learned today that resonated with you, or a note that you took. I see Pamela said, I need to work on maintaining a consistent, confident mindset. That's important. That's important because if you don't keep it, you're going to lose it. Skill is about application. Thank you, Shelley. Skill is about applying it. It's experience. It's doing it. It's being a part of something greater than you, your purpose. Thank you, Shelley, for that. Thank you for chiming in. So I know you're thinking to yourself, why'd you put us on here for free? What's next, right? What next? They offer an opportunity to grow. So with my coaching program, the first ingredient is the ingredient study or the DISC assessment, right? I call it your super dish because with putting a recipe together, you got to be able to present that recipe, have incredible presentation and flavor to back it up. And see, you are an incredible um, presentation, and you do have the flavors in you to have an incredible dish, right? So this study will unlock the core ingredients that make you who you are and recognize your super dish. So you're going to get that dish assessment, your full super dish report, and a full report that's about 22 pages long of how you work, how you function. It's going to have some steps in there for you to do, to write down, to learn more about you and your purpose, and also learn how others see you. I mean, people pay thousands for this. If anybody on this phone has ever done a disc assessment or in the disc realm, or your business company has had you take it, you know I'm telling the truth when it talks about who you are right now at this moment. So with my coaching plan, that's one thing you're going to get. The next thing you're going to get is weekly one-on-one coaching sessions with direct access via email or WhatsApp. That means you will have an opportunity to send an email or a text message to ask for coaching on personal or a business level. You're going to get an opportunity to learn from other coaches that's part of the team. You're going to get an opportunity to learn how you operate, and you're going to get a one-on-one weekly. I repeat that, weekly, to help you overcome any obstacles you may be having in your personal or professional life. In addition to that, here's the free stuff. This is the bonus stuff I talked about in the beginning. Free access to monthly group coaching. Now, what's powerful about monthly group coaching is that you get an opportunity to be in a group of others who may be dealing with the same thing that you're dealing with, or others who have overcome something that you're dealing with. I lead the sessions. We all come together for maybe about 45 minutes to an hour, and we discuss some topics that are pivotal to your business and your personal life, right? You get an opportunity to learn more about your purpose by learning where you currently are and where you need to go. And see, part of this package, you get it completely free. In addition to that, free learning and reflection resources. I think this is one of the most powerful things that I give actually away for free, because on my YouTube channel, I have different 1 minute snippets. The most recent one that I've done was Be Like Water by Bruce Lee. And, water takes on the form of whatever it is, right? If you pour it in the cup, it becomes the cup. You put it in a lake, it becomes the lake. You run it down the side of a wall, becomes a waterfall. It takes on any form that it goes in. And see, you need to be like water and be able to take on any form that you go in, because nothing will be able to stop you. And with these free learning and reflective resources, you get an opportunity to learn how to meditate. For my people out there that are faith-based, like myself, prayer is talking to God. Meditation is listening to the answer. And a lot of times as business and professionals, we don't listen to the answer. We just ask, like it's a cash register, like it's a machine. And a lot of times we don't sit back and say, well, what would you want to give me? Where would you let me go? And see, that's another way to unlock your purpose, because you're going to meditate. There's a word in the Bible that says Selah, right? And Selah means to meditate. David wrote Psalms and Proverbs in the Bible. And a lot of times in there, at the end of it, will say Selah, because it's a meditation. It's not the prayer to God. It's a meditation time, a reflective time. So those reflective resources help you to achieve your mental balance, recommit, recharge, and reduce certain areas of your life that's causing you stress, that's causing you turmoil, and you get a deeper dive into the 4 principles that I just discussed today, with tangible things you can do right now for your success. And then you get free access to the exclusive masterclass. I have an hour masterclass that is geared towards recommit, recharge, and reduce, breaking those down into different steps and stages, and make things that are applicable to your life, that doesn't sacrifice your time, doesn't sacrifice your family life, but it's going to give you so much more freedom to be successful. It's going to unlock you being the best version of you possible. Okay. And then you get access to my mastermind group. Now, the mastermind group is probably the most powerful one, because that's where you get coaches from all over the world chiming in on what they think, chiming in with their successes. I got an excellent group of coaches, probably about a team of about 180 of us, right? that's on this team that give you different perspective, different walks of life. So you need somebody for fitness, you need somebody for education, you need somebody, for your children. It doesn't matter. This mastermind group is so powerful that you get to have access to other people's stories, other people's background, what they've overcome. So it's definitely important to have that free access for that mastermind group. So, and I know you're thinking to yourself, Andre, what's this going to cost? I'm one of those very upfront and direct people. And so I understand that in my business, as much free content as I give away, you can go to my YouTube page. It's youtube.com/ Andre Blas Game or Coach Andre Blas Game, and you can see my free content that I have there all day. Go to my LinkedIn page, same thing, linkedin.com/ Andre Blas Game. You can find all my Monday motivations. You can find my recipe menu, Monday minutes. My podcast is on Intentional Talk Radio Network, itrnradio.com. You can go find me. It's called the Recipe Menu Mondays. I have plenty of free content out here, but I understand as much giving away free content. I know people that pay attention, right? So I charge people thousands of dollars for this information. See, the disc assessment alone is almost $2,000. Right? The weekly one-on-one sessions with the direct access is $299 a session. The monthly coaching group, almost $700. Learning and reflection resources, almost $600. Access to the MasterClass, that's a $3,000 MasterClass that you're getting access to. And a free assessment with our mastermind group and your disc assessment. All those things are very powerful to make a change and a difference for you. People pay me tens of thousands of dollars to do something like this. And the total value of that is a little close to $7,900. I know you're thinking, wow, $7,900, man, that's crazy. I can't afford that. And I understand, we just came out of a pandemic. Some of you have it, some don't. But see, now you have to realize if you want to invest in you, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. And with that total value being a little over $7,900, I'm not going to charge you that. But let me ask you something. If I did charge you that, would it be worth it to give you the ingredients you need to have success in your business or in your personal life? If all this did was give you an assessment on how to build your confidence, find your purpose, potentially get a raise in your career, take your business to 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures a year, would it be worth the investment? If all it did was better your relationships with your friends, your family, your co-workers, your employees, your significant other, right? Would it be worth it? And I'm not even going to charge you that. I'm not even going to charge you half of that, not even $3,900, not even $1,900. Because you're here today, you took the time to look at my LinkedIn, sign up because you wanted to invest in you. You wanted to be better. I'm going to give it to you for a very special price, $499. That is the chef special. $499 a month to get access to those 7 things that I gave you. You got 5 things for free, 2 that actually has to put a dollar amount on it. And that's the special that we have for the day. It's almost a 95% discount. So I want you to check around who's doing that. Who's giving that kind of discount? People are coming out of the pandemic. Who's giving that kind of discount to unlock your potential, to help you with your purpose, to help you to go forward? I've put the link in the chat for anybody that is looking to take themselves to the next level, for anybody that is looking to achieve anything in life and live life on purpose, right? Anybody that wants to achieve more out of life than where they currently are. And I know some people are gonna be on here, they don't make a decision right now, no problem. Because I'm going to send you this video today, your personalized free masterclass to you because you stayed on. We had about 25 people to start. We had about 15 to stay on. So if you're still staying on, that means you're curious. That means you want more. You want a deeper dive into who you are. You want to learn more about a DISC assessment. And see, the great thing about me, I'm very public. You can find out about just about anything. My 5 children, I have 5 adult children out there, and they've all been through this program and doing very successful in what they do in their careers. So I'm not here to hard close you, but I am here to close you to let you know that an opportunity like this, it's not coincidence that you're here. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in purpose, and you had a purpose to be here. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions and I'm gonna let you go. Will you invest in you? Do you want success nuggets to achieve anything? Do you want to live life on purpose and have a purpose-driven life? Did this free masterclass bring any value to you? If so, invest in you. It's a limited time discount. And that's it for me. Not a hard close, not a hard pitch, but I implore you, invest in you. Anybody that's a business owner out there, this is a business write-off for training. Anybody that works for a corporate office, you can present this to your corporate office as a training, another write-off. So this is an investment. This isn't just a cost that you're paying. It's an investment. And last but not least, become the master chef of your life. Because perfection is the goal. Progress is the expectation. See, I've learned in life that we'll always strive for perfection. We know we're never going to get it, but see, progress is the expectation. So thank you for your time today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Follow me on my podcast, The Recipe Menu Mondays with Chef Andre. You can look wherever podcast platform that you listen to, or you can go to Intentional Talk Radio Network, and I'll put that in the chat, Intentional Talk Radio Network, radio.com. I'm on Mondays at 3 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you adjust for whether you're on the East Coast or the West Coast. And it's called The Recipe Menu Mondays with Chef Dre Blas. Excellent. So make sure, please check that out, follow it, do some downloads on it. I'm working on my 5th episode coming up this next Monday. I've got 4 out there already. Also, my Instagram is at B Game Coaching. My personal Instagram is at BlastJ69. You can look me also on my website, AndreBlastingame.com, and my YouTube.com/AndreBlastingame. So you guys have been absolutely fantastic. I thank you for being here, spending this time with me. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen. Go ahead and get with the people that are still here. And we got probably about 7 minutes left in this, excuse me, we got about 7 minutes left in this hour masterclass. And I'm going to open it up for any questions anyone may have. You can put it in the chat because you guys are still here. I'm impressed. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. If you want to speak to me privately, shoot me an email about signing up for the package. I know many of you got to go think about it. You may have to talk to your spouse, etc. But hit me in the email. You already have it in your LinkedIn. You should have got a reminder about the class today in your LinkedIn if you have any questions and concerns. So for these last little 6 minutes, anybody else that don't want to be here, man, not a problem. You can log off. But if you have any questions, you can either put it in the chat or go ahead and ask here. And I'm going to open up the floor for questions. But again, thank you guys. And if you have no questions, that's it. Your free masterclass is here. And you will be getting a copy of this in your email shortly. Got to do some editing and trimming, of course. Thank you guys. Have a fantastic day. Remember that you are incredible, you are unstoppable, and you are possible. You're not impossible, you're I'm possible. Have an incredible day.